app will start with a simple screen where the user can set his nickname and then more or less log in, but it's basically setting a name. And yeah, there's a lot we could say bad about this, but we want to see Socket in action, and that's what this is about. So we go ahead with an Ion label, set nickname, and then an Ion input to pick your name. We will just use an ng model in this case, which will be nickname and placeholder, also nickname. Okay, that's our Ion input, and below a button, Ion button, perhaps full, and on click, join chat. So join chat in this case simply means we join the overview of all the chat groups, and we will in that case already be connected to Socket, hopefully. But we can disable the button. So a bit of logic as anyway. So join chat as nickname. Okay, fine. Yes, already it looks good. So back to the home TS, and actually we don't need this, but what we need is Socket, and this will I guess it's not working. Okay, so we need to import Socket from ng socket.io, and I think we call this join chat. So once we hit join chat, can set the nickname to this. Once we call join chat, we can start our connection to Socket by calling socket connect. Let me see, yeah. This is not really doing anything special. It will just trigger this connection event, but nothing else will happen in that case. But if a user logs in, more or less, that's the right time to connect to our Socket. So then we will set the root of our app to the groups page. And in our case, we have to send our nickname through. We will identify messages by the name. Of course, this is not the best way, but it's enough in this case to see how everything works. So perhaps we can already see, let me check. We got this one, and we got the console log right here. Oh no, I think we just, yeah, we have no log event in the connection block. I could add this. Let me see. Sorry, this looks a bit ugly right now. It's just so, oh, come on, where's my console? What did I do? Terminal. Mayday. Come on. What the fuck is this? Oh, okay. So come back, my friend, come back. Come back. What is wrong with you, Node server? There it is. So, and there we got it. For some reason, we already connected. Not sure why this is happening, but anyway, we're happy that the connection to our server is working. So now we can continue with some more. First of all, we are done with the home page. We're done with this and that, but we're not done with the groups page. So let's focus on the groups page. We need to load the groups from our API. So we need our provider, and inside the provider, we will build the REST calls. First of all, we should define the URL so we don't have to type it all the time. So this is our backend. And now we want to get all the chats. Later, we also want to get chat messages for a specific chat ID, but not now. So to get chats, we simply make an HTTP call to our URL plus chats, exactly what we defined, and we map the result to JSON like this. So this will give us back all the chat groups, and inside the groups TS we can do a few things. So first, it's a bit ugly, but we need to receive the nickname, then the groups array is empty in the beginning. Nickname will be of the type string. So this dot nickname equals this nav params get nickname, and that's our name. And in the Ion viewDidLoad, we use the chat provider. So private chat provider, and this should work now. Yes. Chat provider get chats, which will give us a list or an array of chats if we subscribe to it. And then we just set it to our groups. But also at the same time, in this example, I will connect to each of those chats. So then I will be able to receive messages for the chats. We could do this at a later point if we go into one chat, but if you do it here, you could handle incoming message even in the overview. So did I already call socket connect? I'm not sure. And what did he do? Oh, okay. Interesting, interesting. Very interesting. Private socket. So now this dot socket connect. I think I already did this. Why should I do it again? I'm not going to do it again. So we iterate through the groups, let group of data, and for each group we want to emit the join room event. You know, we had this event somewhere inside the server, so we can call socket emit, and just like we did from the server side with new messages, we now say we want to join the room, and we pass in the ID of the group. You know, let me get it again. So this is our list, and each group has an ID, and this is what we pass into this statement. So then we will be connected through socket to all of those chats, and we just need a few more functions. So we want to open a chat group, and we want to be able to more or less log out. In that case, we call socket disconnect, and this nav controller set root back to our home page where we started. And if we want to open a chat, we push the next page, which is the chat page, which we've created in the beginning. We also need to pass our nickname through. We could store this in the provider. As I'm typing, I'm thinking about it, but now it's a bit too late. We leave it. We pass also the chat ID because we need to receive the messages for this chat ID in the beginning. And finally, we need, of course, the view for this page. So chat groups. And inside the Ion content, we need an Ion list with buttons, which are actually Ion items. And we go through all of our groups and come on, on click event, we call open chat with the group we have selected. And finally print out the group.name. Okay, if we're lucky, many things will work now. Yes, and there we are. We get from our API back general chat and Ionic chat, and we can join them or go into them. I'm not completely sure where my socket chat is, perhaps behind this. Yes, we even see some logs here, user left, that was from before. And then we joined the two roams, 85, 86. Yes, 85 and 86. So now we are able to, what can we do? We can set our name, we can join through socket, we can make an API call, and the last step now is the actual chat functionality, which we will implement in the last video.